Hi Scrubs, hope you're well. So this video is requested by Spooky Phooka and I'm going to be talking about setting up a team forum. So I'm on the test server just to do this, but you can do this on the regular game because it's going to work the exact same way. So all you need to do to create it, if you haven't already created it, is you click on the forum button down here if you're one of the admins of the team, and you can click create a forum. So then you have to give the forum a name, so we're just going to call this the team forum for now. You can call it whatever you like. So once you've created it, if you want to delete it again, you can click delete here, and you can click check on the forums, and anybody will be able to do this so as long as they have access to the team forum. So here it'll tell you the forum, what team it belongs to, the number of topics, and if there's any recent messages. So if you go into the team forum, then you can post a new topic and you can check the forum rules, and the forum rules are basically the same as Howrse's general rules. So if you want to post new topics, some of the things I would suggest making topics for with a team in particular would be perhaps the team rules. So you might want to make a forum that's dedicated to the team rules and then list those out. So we'll validate that one. Hold on. Team rules. You can have as many rules as you like, obviously. We're not going to go into writing any, but we're going to just kind of give ourselves a bit of an outline of a forum possibly. So this could be where you've got the team rules. That might be helpful because people can go in there and they can check them and so forth. You might want to star that topic so you can keep an eye on it if you like. So another topic possibly might be seals. So you might have rules around the seals of horses. So let's say you update this every once in a while. So okay, so we are selling horses over 4,000 GP, for example, okay? Now, if we validate that, hold on, it's too short, okay, sales, we'll just put that. Right, so this might be for your team purely, the horses that belong to the team, what ones you're selling and so forth, out to the public. And if you need to change that, so say you put that in and 3 weeks later you were like, okay, well it's not 4,000 now we're allowed to sell a little bit higher, you can click on manage this message and update it. So say we wanted to update it to 4,500 and then we could edit that. And now it's updated again. And you could actually, it probably would be best to say, you know, when it was edited, so you could just write, you know, when it was last changed. So I'm just going to put it like that, but you're getting a general idea of what I mean here. It'll say, you know, subject has been edited how many times, but it's best to just let people know when this was, you know, accurate for, because if you write this, you know, sales for 4 months ago and you haven't updated it, people are going to be like, has it changed or not? You know, you might want to even just say, if you're not sure if this is still, you know, relevant, check with the team leader, etc., or some of the team, because that way then everybody sort of knows. So another possible topic you might want to have is something like coverings. So maybe you have certain stallions that you're selling covers from, maybe you're selling certain ones to the public, maybe you're selling ones to other players, I don't know. But if you have any particular rules around covers, or maybe you just have rules like, okay, only put up 4 covers, only put up 8, do you know, any rules that might relate to covers. So I'm just going to put that in there, but it's just kind of give you a general idea of the sorts of things that might be relevant to your team. And at the end of the day, it depends what is relevant to your team. You may find that actually you only need one topic. You may not need as many as this. So another one you might have is the likes of skillers. Some teams have massive rules around skillers, and you might have, you know, rules around what sort of skillers are sold. Is there a criteria that, you know, for people who are making the skillers, have blocked a certain amount of horses before you can make skillers? So you know, could need that sort of topic in your forum as well. Another thing you might want to have is a blopping record. I started this with quite a few teams a long time ago. And basically the whole purpose of this topic was in a lot of my teams, basically I keep a record of, you know, who's blocked what and when. So something that you might want to do is, okay, let's just validate that. So for example, people come into the forum and say, okay, I blopped a mare and stallion. Okay, so if you're maybe, hold on, it's not gonna let me post it for a moment. There we go. So let's just say that you had a rule where people had to blob for a week at least. Then you can go in and see, okay, this is when they blobbed, and this is how many they blobbed. And it's a very good way of keeping track if you need to. So that was something that I had because it meant I didn't have to go and look individually in the horse's genetics, their history, their ancestry, to kind of figure out, right, who blopped when. It's much easier if I have that topic. Obviously people can forget to post, but then you have to say, if you haven't posted, go and post. So people will generally remember. You might want to have another one for feedback, so maybe stuff that you think you can improve on. So suggestions, maybe if you want your team to maybe discuss things that may be up for improvement, that could be something like that might be useful to you. And you might just want to have a general, random or a fun topic like they do sometimes as well. So the possibilities are pretty endless. Like, you could have a lot of things in there. Hold on, it's too short. Fun topics. Maybe that's gonna work. Yes, okay. Oh, it's one of the hard things. So, in terms of a team forum, you could have a lot of topics. But it depends what is relevant to your team. If you're somebody that has a lot of rules, a lot of restrictions and things like that, you want to put all that information in there because then it's easily accessible. People don't need to message you to get it. Things that maybe if you have a training team, because that was the thing, when I did training teams, I would have topics for certain things so people could go in and read about this, and maybe frequently asked questions might be another thing you want to put in. It's whatever is relevant to your team, but those are just some basic ideas of what you might want to put into your own personal forum for your VIP team. Anyway, scrubs, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you to Spooky Phooka for requesting the video. I hope you had a lovely day. Bye!